How's it going, everyone? It's Simon here from CD Revival, and today I'm going to do my review of 2023. So basically just albums that I've listened to, bought this year, stuff that's crossed my path. So by no means a definitive every album in 2023. I'm not going to rank every album because I don't really want to. And I don't think it was a fantastic year for music anyway. I thought there was some good stuff coming out, but in my opinion, there wasn't loads. There was stuff that I was waiting for that didn't arrive, that will arrive next year. Things like Bruce Dickinson's album, Judas Priest's album, Anthrax's album. Quite old school in my sort of listening tastes, if you like. So yeah, a lot of stuff I haven't listened to, a lot of stuff I've listened to a few times, and a lot of stuff I've listened to a lot. So yeah, just going to go through the stuff that what I thought that was half decent in the year, stuff that I've listened to, and stuff that I didn't think was necessarily as great at all. First one I'm going to go to, which I do own, is the Smashing Pumpkins Autumn Rock Opera in 3 parts, which is a 3-disc edition. Got this early in the year, and yeah, I think it's quite decent. It's obviously by no means their best album, but I think it's yeah, very listenable. There's a lot of material on there, so it takes quite a bit to get through. There's some heavy stuff which is really good, but a lot of it is very electronic, keyboardy, quite retro sounding as well. But I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it if you're a Smashing Pumpkins fan. So that's my first one. The next one, which I did get early in the year, I think it came out in March, was Steel Panther's most recent album, On the Prowl, which once again, I preferred it to the last album they did. It's by no means their best album, but worth a listen, quite enjoyable. I wouldn't say it's a more mature album by them, but certainly less immature, maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, did like it. No means a classic, but still a decent album, very good. The next one that I did get is LA Guns' Black Diamonds. A bit of a resurgence where they're putting out quite a lot of albums quite regularly. This one, it's not had fantastic reviews, quite honestly, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's got a lot of good tracks on it. It's got quite a raw sound. Once again, by no means their best album, but still well worth a listen, well worth seeking out if you're a fan of that sort of glam, 80s glam, sort of sleaze style music. So yeah, enjoyable, and did like it. It's up there with one of my favourites of the year. We can't go anywhere without talking about Metallica, 72 Seasons. I don't own the album. I'll probably pick it up one day when it becomes considerably cheaper. I don't hate it, I don't love it, I don't particularly like it or listen to it that much. I've heard it a fair few times. Honestly, I find it quite boring. Yeah, was a big fan of Metallica back in their classic days, if you like, you know. Last album that I really loved was And Justice for All, which I think is probably their best album, but 72 Seasons, yeah, there's a lot of hullabaloo about it when it came out. Is it going to be amazing? And clearly was not. Yeah, just overlong, and you know, yeah, well, some people like it. I've got friends that really do enjoy it, but for me, yeah, not fantastic. And yeah, I say I'll pick it up at some point, but because I've got every other album they've done, even though I don't particularly like a lot of those either. Winger, they brought out a new album, Seven it's called. Once again, I liked their first few albums. This one didn't really grab me. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I only heard it a couple of times, but yeah, I didn't really love it. Next we have this one, which I did really love, and I think is one of their best albums, and that's Avenged Sevenfold, Life is But a Dream. Superb album, this one. Very inventive, very different song styles all the way through. Just yeah, an album that gets better and better the more you listen to it. As I say, there is a lot going on, so it takes quite a while to get into. This is probably my album of the year. In fact, it's definitely my album of the year, and yeah, the best thing that I've heard that's come out in 2023. Excellent album, Life is But a Dream, and I strongly recommend you check it out if you like Avenged Sevenfold, obviously, and you like sort of quirkier stuff, things like Mr. Bungle and what have you, Mike Patton stuff, Faith No More maybe, because there is, I think, quite a lot of influence of that on this one. But yeah, can't recommend it highly enough. Very, very good. Then we have Foo Fighters, but here we are. I've really used to love the Foo Fighters, then went off them a bit, and I've started listening to them again a bit more recently. This album, once again, I've not given it a lot of airtime, but I think it's pretty good, and I will definitely give it a few more plays and definitely pick up that one. Extreme, their album 6, there was quite a lot spoken about the guitar work on it. Obviously, Nuno Bettencourt is a fantastic guitar player, and the guitar work on it is excellent. The album for me, yeah, fell a little bit flat in the songwriting side of things. I thought it was decent. I've heard it a fair few times. It's okay, it's decent, but it's yeah, not the best. Certainly not the best thing they've done. Corey Taylor, CMF2. I liked it, once again, quite variation of stuff on there. Not as good as his first solo album. Didn't enjoy it as much as the Stone Sour stuff, which I've been listening to quite a bit recently. But still, yeah, quite a decent album. Then we have Cannibal Corpse, Chaos Horrific. This one came out in September. Yeah, big fan of theirs. Excellent album once again by them, and not as good as their last album, and it's, you know, not their best album either, but still very, very good. Uncompromising. They're still, you know, doing what they do, and they do it well. So if you're a fan of death metal, and yeah, check it out. It's very, very good. KK's Priest, they brought out a new album this year. Sinner Rides Again. Their first album I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was excellent. This one has not grabbed me quite as much, to be honest with you. I think it is all right. It's decent enough, but it's not quite as good as the first album. Nowhere near, in my opinion. But yeah, it's all right. It's not bad. We have Alice Cooper, Road. That I was surprised by. Detroit Stories, his last album, I thought was all right. Road, I think, is a really good album, actually. Definitely one that I need to pick up as soon as possible, really. Yeah, really enjoyed it start to finish. Thought it was a really good album. So yeah, need to pick that one up. And then the last one I'm going to show, which is Queens of the Stone Age in Times New Roman. It took me a while to get into this one, to get it on day of release, and do enjoy it, but it takes a lot of listens. When I first got it, I was kind of disappointed, quite honestly. I didn't think it was particularly great. But yeah, with repeated listens, it becomes a very good album. Once again, not their best album, but all of their albums are pretty damn good. So, and this one's no exception. It's pretty damn good. So, well worth checking that out. So, that is albums that have entered my stream of consciousness this year. So, some of them I bought, some of them not yet, but you know, probably will pick up at some point. Next year I think does look a lot better. I think there's a lot of good albums, a lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to, like Bruce Dickinson's, which I think is in March. Priest is in March. I think Green Day's in January. Saxon have got a new album out in January. Anthrax, I'm pretty sure that will definitely be out next year, which should be another good one. Will have been like 8 years since their last album, which was also really, really good. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, I think. Yeah, hopefully next year will be a bumper year for rock and metal, and yeah, well, I look forward to that. So yeah, a short but sweet video, really, yeah, we'll go on, obviously carrying on with got a few more S's to do on the collection, and then some more stuff, a few rankings coming up as well to look forward to. Obviously busy time of year, so I will say Merry Christmas to you all, have a great new year, and I will catch you all for the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Take it steady. Cheers.